welcome back to my channel. Today Alicia and I did a Q&A that we opened up to Instagram and Snapchat. We asked you guys to ask us some questions and thankfully you did. There's like 50 something questions on here, which I'm so thankful for because now I don't look like a damn fool. So yeah, so we did a Q&A today. We're gonna do half the video on my page and half on her page. So as soon as you're done watching this, head on over to her page and like, subscribe, and obviously watch all of our videos. Yeah. Thanks guys. All right, question number 1. What are your fitness goals for 2017? Take an overall placing at a show. Want it to do a national level show and to place. Like to do the 2017 bodybuilding.com spokesmodel search, and then this B Pardoma's athlete search.
I'd like to hopefully get my pro card, fingers crossed. I also want to do the bodybuilding.com spokesmodel search, so hopefully we'll be in the top 5 together. Yeah, hopefully get a sponsorship with a good company that I really like. So yeah, those are my goals. And I want to launch my blog and focus on YouTube.
That's okay. Yeah, I was gonna say that's another thing I forgot to mention is I do want to make YouTube a priority. Like I want to have my channel be like one of the main things that I'm doing, and then obviously I want my pro card too. But for some reason I'm feeling 2018. Like I don't think I'm pro.
I think you could do 2017.
Yet, but I don't know. Fingers crossed.
So. Right. Who are your dream sponsorships with?
I would love to be sponsored by Optimum Nutrition. For clothing, it would have to be Alphalete.
For supplements, I really love PE Science. I think that they're really great quality and they also taste amazing and do what they say that they're supposed to. For clothing, I really like Gymshark. And also the Dough Bar donuts. I really like protein donuts. So I would
really
be in
into
heaven.
the donuts.
Like if I just got donuts, I'd be so happy.
Okay, what is your favorite muscle group to work or to train, and what is your least favorite? Oh, my least favorite is chest, for sure. And then my favorite is legs. Like I love working legs, so yeah.
I can't pick just one, but I think my favorite would be legs and shoulders.
Oh wait, I forgot about shoulders. I hit like honestly
twins.
I love legs and shoulders. I probably actually like shoulders more than legs. It's hard because I really do like to train a lot, everything. But
my least favorite, it's a tie for chest and abs. Like I don't know what it is, but I hate,
I forgot abs is
working
even
abs.
A trainable group. I don't train abs.
I train abs. I train abs.
I don't train
3
abs
times a week, and I hate it. Like every time I'm doing it, like
you hate every minute of it.
I'm just ready to be done. Like I despise it so much. All right, how do you stay on track post-competition?
Ooh, it's a tough one.
I'm just kidding.
It's hard. It's really hard to stay on track because when you're in prep, it's, you know that you're going to be on stage, you know that there's a deadline, you know that there's like a light at the end of the tunnel, and you have that as motivation. But when you're not on prep and you have the whole like luxury of saying like, well, I'm not on prep right now and I deserve this and I worked really hard in my last show.
Off-season gains.
Yeah, off-season gains. I'm bulking, you know, all that stuff. Like you tend to justify what you eat more and kind of have to stay on track by like having somebody to keep you accountable. So I would say still have an off-season coach and also watch the way my clothes are fitting, the scale. I do pay attention to a lot of things, so I know that there's a number that I'm like, if I get over that, it's time to like reel it back in.
No, you're not prepping for a show like in the immediate future. Like there is a show or there is some type of thing later down the road. So it's basically like you're still in prep, it's just a much longer prep, so you have room to be a little more flexible. So for me, I like to stick to my diet throughout the week and then on the weekend have one or maybe a few cheat meals. But then I watch my weight, I keep checking in with my coach, and if things start to get a little out of hand, like I just have to kind of reel it back in a little bit. Or like if you don't make the best choices, like it's just gonna give you unwanted body fat that you have to get rid of later.
Must have apps. Oh yeah, let's see
for this.
Let's see what our must have apps are. Well, obviously Instagram, YouTube, all those. Fit Radio, which is a really good app. I don't know if you know about that, but it's called Fit Radio. You can't see it, but it's basically like a Pandora that is for just music to work out to, and it has all different genres. So you can have like lifting, cardio, circuit training, Stairmaster, elliptical, whatever. And it's sick because it has all these remixes and it just plays and there's no commercials. And it is like $4.99 though, I think, but it's awesome. Snapseed. That's my favorite photo. That's my
You just got me started on that one too.
It's my favorite photo editor. That's what I use to edit all my pictures. Instatrack, which tracks my followers. Yeah, I track my followers. Yeah, it tells you how many, like just your statistics, like who's unfollowing you, who's following you, what pictures do really well, which pictures don't do as well. And I don't do it just to be a crazy girl. I do it just so that I can kind of just monitor my social media platforms to make sure that I'm putting out content that people actually want to see. So if I'm posting pictures of something and it's not getting very many likes or people aren't commenting on it, then I know that they're not as interested in that content. So I will obviously wouldn't post things like that, because I do, one of my goals is to grow my social media. So I do have to pay attention to that. It's a form of feedback in my eyes. So
for my photo editing, I use Visco. I also use Facetune, which is really good. Lightroom sometimes, and those pretty much just help with can increase the exposure, the saturation, change the temperature, and then Nordstrom and Sephora. Those are like
she's a shopper.
Online shopping, so I have those. The app Headspace, which is really good for meditation. I know a lot of times when you hear meditation, it might sound kind of crazy, like someone just kind of sitting there saying, yeah, that's what I always thought. But actually I discovered it this past year, and it's just 10 minutes of you just sitting quietly and focusing on your breathing, and then there's a person who he kind of like walks you through guides you through a couple exercises and just gets you to focus on your breathing and just clear your mind. And I actually think that that's an amazing like stress reliever. It's
mental
really great.
Gains. I forgot, there's another one.
We just keep going.
Audiobooks. So I'm huge into like self-development and all that kind of stuff. I love listening to podcasts. I'm constantly listening to YouTube. But audiobooks is a saver because I don't have time to read, nor do I like reading, and I don't have the patience for it. Like I'll start thinking about other things. So I just love audiobooks because I can just put my auxiliary cord and just listen to it while I'm driving and stuff. So
who motivates you?
For me, my son and my husband, they motivate me. Obviously I'm a mother and a wife, and so they're going to be the most important people in my life, but I want them to look at me and be proud of me, and to know that everything that I do is to better our lives together, and the happier that I am, the better wife and mother that I can be to them. So I would have to say my family for sure.
I would say pretty much the same. My husband is my biggest motivation. He's my #1 cheerleader. He also tries to keep me on track and disciplined, and so he is the main person who motivates me.
What type of music do you listen to when you work out? I listen to a mixture of music, but I kind of like hip-hop, rap, R&B. I don't really care too much for like dubstep and music like that, but I like some good Tupac. I like some gangster rap, and name the top 5 that are on our, because that means that's what we listen to last. So Mike Posner, Baby Sleep Sound Radio. That's because of my son, okay? Rap 2016. Pillow Talk Radio, Missy Elliott, Nikki Heaton, love her. And then there's Drake, Bad Bitch Radio. Today's hip hop and R&B, Tupac, Too Short, and Kanye West.
Good mix.
Yeah, and then I'll just hit shuffle, and then it'll just.
I have trap music, Rob Bailey, Down with the Sickness, Fun Radio.
What's Fun Radio?
It's the band. It's like a band, Fun, I think, or maybe that's their song. I don't know. And rap and hip hop pregame. It's good. It's a good mix.
Yeah, let us know what your guys' favorite music to listen to is, because I'm always looking for good music. So. Okay, so how to lose the mom pooch after a C-section. I'm gonna assume that this is directed to me. You guys know or not, but I have a 2-year-old son, and I had him via C-section. And after I had him, I wasn't allowed to work out for 8 weeks, I think it was. Allow yourself the time, recover, and it's honest to God, it's gonna come down to diet. That's all it really is. And then increasing obviously your activity levels too, so working out, and it just takes time. The pooch, I mean, I still have extra skin, and it's still, I still have body fat. It's not like I always have a 6-pack, but you can obtain it. You just have to diet properly, and you have to exercise, so be consistent. All right, you can go ahead.
Why is Reckless Genetics so sexy? Great question. That's a great question. That's my husband.
Who's Reckless Genetics?
My husband. And that's from his guy friend.
Just kidding.
So. That's a good question.
Who are your favorite YouTubers?
Mine would have to be Nikki B, Jazzy Poo, Buff Bunny, and Claire Marshall.
So mine would be Nikki Blacketer. I love her.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm totally team Nikki. Even though I like Christian, I'm team Nikki. Emily Hayden is probably my ultimate favorite YouTuber. I binge watch her channel over and over, so I've watched her videos multiple times because she just has this way of like really motivating me, and I feel like she's really genuine, and she puts out a lot of really good, useful information, and in a way I kind of see myself in her and like who I want to be, so that's my girl. Okay, so Emily, Nikki, Dulce, bodybuilding.com, Miss Maddie Fit. I actually really like watching her videos too. I just started watching her. Oh, another one I love is Kara Corey Fit. She's a dietitian and she's really, really super educated. So she puts out some really good advice on nutrition stuff. So her channel is really good. How to start a YouTube channel.
Well, she wanted to know about the cameras and the editing we use.
Mm-hmm.
So I use a Sony a5100, which is what we're filming on right now. I really love it. It's $600. So it's a little pricey, but it's not as expensive as some of the other cameras that are out there, and I think it does a really great job for vlogging and videos. And for editing, I just use iMovie.
This was my husband's idea. He actually picked it up, and it's an actual camcorder. So I need to have where I can see myself to make sure that I'm like looking at the screen properly, and it's a Sony HDR CX405. Alright, so we use these Joby tripods, which they're awesome because you can like manipulate them and you can tie them or like bend them around.
You could wrap it around something, you could set it up anywhere.
A tree or like barbells or whatever.
Really,
so
what is the hardest part about competing?
Dieting.
100%. Same answer, the diet.
Dieting. It's so hard because you obviously love to work out. That's why you're doing a sport like that, right? So lifting weights is so easy. Doing cardio kind of sucks, but you're like, whatever, I can do it. But that's 1 hour of your day or 2 hours of your day. The rest of the hours of the day, you're having to focus on your food and like make the right choices. And it's so hard to do when your body wants to have good, yummy food and everyone around you.
Everything.
Yeah, it's so hard. Hands down, dieting.
The diet.
Is it better to do the same show as your spouse or different? Ooh, I'm gonna say the same.
Yeah, I say
for
same.
sure. Yeah, we tried the whole different thing and that was terrible.
When you're doing the same show, I think it's good because you can keep each other on track, and it's also, it's easier to understand what the other person is going through because sometimes like you're just so exhausted or you're so like hungry and agitated that like you might not be in like the greatest mood, and at least like if your spouse is doing it too, they understand. Like they're not gonna take it personal.
Yep, that's exactly it. It's just having the understanding, because I started competing before my husband did, and he was like not as understanding for my first show. He's like, he didn't get it, and then when he started to compete, he's like, oh my god, I totally understand what you were going through. And I finished my show before he did, so for 6 weeks I had Oreos in the house and cupcakes and cookies, and he was like, you know, about to get to the toughest part where it's like peak week and all that. So it was really challenging, and I had no chill. I was like, I'm sorry, baby, but I love you, but I love Oreos, and I need this. I need it so bad. So yeah. Okay, so your favorite form of cardio? I don't like cardio.
What's that?
I hate it. Honestly, like, it's boring, but I like steady state cardio.
Yeah.
Just because it's easier for me. I do more if I do cardio during my preps, I do more high intensity interval training, but I would prefer to just throw that incline up on a treadmill and walk and watch YouTube.
What she just described is my favorite cardio.
Okay, top 5 stores to shop at. Is this sad? I was gonna say Costco. Like, for me, it's Lululemon, Costco, Sephora. Where else do I shop? Victoria's Secret? I don't know. Ross? Like, I don't know. Costco's for sure. Like,
Costco.
Dude, that's where you get all your food. That's like my go-to. I love Costco. Where are yours? Yours are probably more interesting.
I would say Nordstrom's, number 1. Number 2.
Oh, Target.
Target, yeah, Target. Sephora, Lululemon, and Zara.
Okay, what's your favorite store for athletic attire that's affordable? I would say Target for sure. Old Navy has some good stuff. You can always go with Ross or TJ Maxx. I actually prefer TJ Maxx or Marshalls.
Yeah, I feel like they have nicer quality, a nicer selection.
I love Lululemon everything, just like every other girl, but there is a more affordable one at TJ Maxx, and it's called 90 Degree, and it's like yoga clothes, but they're made just like Lulu. They're just like amazing. They're so good. So if you can find them, get them. Then I would probably say next on that list would be Target, and then Old Navy, and maybe like Forever 21 or something. But keep in mind that it might be affordable, but it's not going to be as quality, so you're going to be spending more money in the long run because you're going to be buying more. Now I'm like, I would honestly rather get one thing and have it last. The best. So as far as Lulu too, what I've done in the past when I couldn't afford to pay for full price is I would go on eBay or Poshmark or other, Poshmark. You know, you can find people are selling their stuff all the time, so buy used.
How do I improve productivity and getting more stuff done in the day? I think for that you just need to prioritize, and for me, I make lists for everything. Like I just have a million lists. I have I have a planner that I write every single thing down, and then I just go through and figure out like what I should do first. Prioritize and just go down the list to get everything done.
You have to plan. And I've even gone as far as scheduling out my day for the next day so that it can be really like, okay, it sounds crazy saying this out loud, but like 7 a.m. wake up, 7:15 brush teeth, get cruise ready at 7. You know what I mean? So I like will write it out, and it doesn't always go as planned, but it seriously helps so much. You have to plan things that you want to happen, and then I'll put like a little asterisk or something next to the things that are I have to get this done, cannot go to sleep before this is done. So that's kind of, it's prioritizing and learning how to time manage.
Too, if I'm doing something where it's very easy to get lost, like you just lose track of time while you're doing it, I'll schedule and maybe even set an alarm for myself. That way like I can't stay doing it for too long and then I have to get back to my list.
Right, so when you're doing, if it fits your macros on your own, or flexible dieting on your own, when do you, or how do you know when to make changes? I would say when you stop seeing results.
Yeah, I think for that it's just noticing how your body's responding. When you stop responding to it, it's time to make a change or alter it a bit until you see something.
So how to determine what your macros are. This one I'm still kind of learning, because it really is going to just depend on what your goals are. So you have to utilize a tool of some sort. So I use my Fitness Pal. There's like macro tracker. You can go to like katiehearn.com and type in your body, your heights and weight and all that stuff and your goals, and then you can kind of get a rough estimate, but it will depend on what your goals are. So if you're trying to build muscle, you're going to be in a surplus. If you're trying to lean out, then you're going to be in a deficit, and it will kind of calculate the macros for you, but it's very difficult to do, so you kind of have to just like trial and error and see how your body responds, right? So
and there's different formulas you can use to find out your macros, but another thing to consider is that everyone's body is different. So what works for her body might not work for mine, and so even if this formula is telling you one thing, if your body isn't adapting that, you might have to play around with it. Like maybe your body adapts better to a higher fat, lower carb, or maybe it's the opposite. Maybe you do better on a lower fat, higher carb. So sometimes you just have to play around slightly to see what works best for your body and your metabolism.
Yep. And for my clients, I'll use a specific formula. But even once I do that formula, I will track their progress and make adjustments on a weekly basis based off of their progress. So just because you have this number, it doesn't mean it's going to work. You have to kind of pay attention to that and see if you're seeing the results that you're wanting or not. But you also have to do it consistently for a good amount of time before you make that balance work and family while on prep. It's hard, and there is no balance, to be completely honest. Like, you end up getting everything done, but in my opinion, there's no balance. It's very one-sided, and again, competing is very selfish. And so when I'm in prep, my training and when I'm eating is priority, balance. But as far as like having to work and stuff, you just make the time. Like, I work a full-time job, she works a full-time job, you sleep less and you find ways to get it done. It's just,
you just have to squeeze it in. We have some really fun collaborations coming for you guys. So
I'm excited.
Thank you very, very much for watching. So half of the video is going to be on Alicia's channel, half will be on mine. They're different questions, not the same ones. So if you'd like to see the full thing, please watch both of our videos. And if you like it, please subscribe to our channels and like videos. And we're going to have a lot of videos coming at you.
Yeah, and if there's anything you guys want to see, make sure you let us know. Just drop a comment. So yeah, we appreciate you guys. Bye.
Thank you.